Hello everybody and welcome back to some more RimWorld. Ba-da-da-ba-da-da-bum-bum. I failed the intro like 3 times, so that's the best one we're gonna do. You would think after doing it for so long that I would have it down to a T, but apparently not. So, in this episode, what we're gonna do is, ideally, we are going to make as much base progress as physically possible. We're gonna be setting up a lot of stuff. We're gonna be getting our animals absolutely 200% ready to go. And even more hopefully, everything's just gonna go well in this episode. We'll certainly see, but there is always the potential that something doesn't quite work, but we'll see. So what I'm gonna do, I am actually going to mess with my blueprint that I made from the previous episode. I don't think we're cutting any trees up. Oh, there is this one though. Okay, let's extract that final tree. And then this should be a big enough pen to where whatever we put in here is going to live extremely happily. I'd say the only thing is the fact that this bedroom of theirs is going to be really, really small, so we might want to make that a little bigger in the future. But considering we do have 3 animal pens that are all somewhat close to each other, I think it'll be fine. I think. We'll see. We'll see. But either way, we are going to make a ton of progress. And it's going to be great. And even more ideally, we're going to be able to move up an extra tier in our research level. So, I believe, what are we right now? We're medieval. So next is industrial. I see. So that does also mean that we're actually gonna get quite a few permanent colony buffs, because as you know, if you've been watching all the episodes, the first choice that we got as far as like colony-wide buffs that I believe just last forever as long as we keep the save going, we chose extra movement speed because that's something that I've learned. Extra movement speed is absolutely king. You kinda can't beat it, so just having a permanent buff for it is really, really good. Now I do want to replant these trees everywhere because ideally we can keep our people nice and happy. Put this tree over here, why not? Then we'll put some more over where we actually live. Yes, that is all the trees ready to go. And would you look at that, just on time. We're starting to produce ourselves some wood. So let's hope we can keep this momentum going. I am base design, right? This obviously isn't going to be our permanent base, so we don't have to go too extremely in-depth with everything, but we need to be in-depth enough for us to be able to get, like, what is it, 30,000 colony wealth or something crazy? Once we have that, we'll be able to get absolutely everything we could want. We'll be able to get a piece of the Archonexus map, and then we'll have to do it again. So I'm hoping that once we move to our second area, we don't lose all of our colony-wide buffs. That would, quite frankly, suck. But if that's what happens, you know, that's what happens. But we're just gonna hope that that's not the case, and keep chugging along. Visitors. The Bolozo Alliance. Okay, you're all bearded folk, I see. Well, you are welcome to Rome. Do not harm any of the wildlife here, and we will allow you to stay for now. Alright, our pen is good to go, so let's set it to be bison. I did also decide to set up some straw matting inside of all their little hobbles. That way, ideally, they're not going to be leaving as much filth, and it should just be an overall cleaner thing to do. Especially with just how much hay grass that we're making. Debatably, just making a ton of straw flooring might just be the play. Multiple things just happened. Okay, anima tree linking is ready to go. Apparently there's been a ship that is going to crash, and we could have it crash here. We get a masterwork recurve bow, 64 uranium, and whatever is on the shuttle. Tribespeople will attack to... Okay. Well, I'm gonna say yes to that. That seems like the easiest choice I've ever seen in my entire life. And also, for the bison, to get their leather, I'm pretty sure that, yeah, we have to butcher them. So, if we just grow enough bison and they completely fill up this area, I mean, we can butcher them relatively easily, and their leather stuff seems to be quite powerful. So ideally, it should be good to go. We also do have an anima link ready to go. There is also the most OP guys I've ever seen. So you're telling me you guys need help? I think you'll be perfectly fine. I do not think that you guys are in any trouble whatsoever. Also, holy, how much steel slag and stuff did you drop? Whoa! Okay, well that's steel for the rest of our lives. And our Devil Strand is just about ready to go too. This is, everything is really starting to come together very, very quickly. Oh, you poor snake person. You have no idea who you're messing with, do you? You know, all things considered, he didn't do that bad. Huh. You know, we could capture him. I don't want to, though. Snake people, for some reason, upon being converted, we'll call it, tend to just not do very good. You know what? Oh, we could rescue him. His ship is about to show up. But they'll be fine. What's he gonna do? Bleed out? Come on, he's a janissary.
I will be absolutely taking that weapon, though, just saying.
Nice. Okay, can somebody carry him to the shuttle? Willow, you're quick enough. Why don't you go do it? To be fair, Melee is probably the fastest one here, but Willow is very strong for her size. Alright, everyone, come along. Put him into the ship. Dink. And there they go. Nice. Now we can deconstruct this crashed shuttle, and we have a whole lot of goodies to work with. Who's currently using a ranged weapon? Willow is... Maple is... And Natalie is... Natalie, you know what? Go ahead. You get to use a masterwork bow. Why not? And then Melee, if you could come... Oh, wait, no. Willow's got it. Right, a shuttle engine. It's gonna be a long time before we're able to put that to use, but at least we have one. Also, where's our druids? I'm gonna... Yeah, you know, if you guys aren't busy, can you just go finish that off? Oh, oh boy. Well, you know what time it is. We gotta try. We have to try. Okay. Male and female? There's a male and a female! Oh my god, we have to try. Also, I discovered some of our people do not have the nature psi-focus type, so Melee is building a large jade sculpture, because we either have the artistic psychic focus type or the nature one. So anyone who has the artistic is about to have something real cool. Now, ideally, we're able to tame these Thrumbos, and we're just gonna have Thrumbo fur from now on. I mean, if it works out. And that's a big if, because I don't know how hard they actually are to tame. I've never tried, but if it works out, I'm pretty sure this is just like the best animal in the entire game, right? And if we have 2 of them, we just get unlimited Thrumbos. Amazing wool. I think they're really good at fighting, I think. And I also think that we can use them as pack animals, so if we ever decide to go traveling anywhere, well, we've got Thrumbos for that. Alternatively, we have Muffalo/Bison. We'll see if we don't harvest them. But the idea is there. Oh, Maple's going for it. Maple's going for it. And Persimmon is also going for it. Okay, our Dryads are helping out. Showing, hey, you know, it's not too bad. Yeah, it's pretty nice here. 1.4% chance to tame? 1.4? Wow. Okay. I don't think we're taming them. 1.8% chance. Holy! That's never happening. What? Alright, I'm a little caught off guard by just how low of a chance that is, but I guess with them having the, like, best fur in the game and also being rare, it makes sense. I'm not saying it doesn't make sense, but wowee, I was not expecting a below 5% chance. You know, I never thought about this until now. Scaria stuff. An infectious disease which can drive humans and animals into a berserk rage. They can't be tamed. You know, we should take them out before they come anywhere near our animals. You know what? Natalie and Willow, I want both of you over here as well. Because I do not want them getting the chance to do literally anything. Okay, we're coming up. I think someone is being attacked. It's Cottonwood. Okay, so Cottonwood already got to him. Melee is on the way. Okay, so Natalie, let's have you move a little closer so that you can start shooting. Willow, let's have you use your... Never mind, you're out of range. Okay. Natalie, or Willow, start shooting at this one. And Natalie, you move away from it for the moment. Oh, Haley, coming for the rescue. Okay. Now, let's shoot at that hair. Well, it levels up our shooting. And our animals are helping quite a bit as well. Okay. That, went way better than expected, actually. I mean, yeah, they're only rabbits, but... Still, you'd be surprised how dangerous a rabbit could be when cornered. Let's check the map. Absolutely nothing else is red. Nothing got infected. We're happy. Now, if we could just roll a 2%, I'd be even happier. So, Thrumbo refused. Okay, so you can actually see, like, what they did to try and tame them, too. That's cool. Oh, no, Bowman! Bowman is in danger. Oh, no. Why is this hair? Oh, it is Scary infected. We just can't see it. Run, Bowman! Come on, Melee. You're right there. You're right there. Go get him. You put on your spooky, scary war mask. Good stuff. Nice job. I didn't see any red, though. Oh, does Scaria stuff not show up as red? Ooh, that's gonna be problematic. Alright, Bowman, you are to go to bed immediately. You are going to rest up right now. And me, oh my, what is this I see being harvested? That wouldn't be Devil Strand, now would it? Also, wow, we actually kept his gun. I mean, I'm just gonna sell it, but, because I don't think we can use bio-coded stuff, can we? I don't know how bio-coded stuff works, if I'm honest. Fires a single shot. Acceleration trail. Okay. Okay, when it's bio-coded, only that person can use it. Okay, asked and answered. Fair enough. And we finished the piano research. What else can we do that is not outside of our realm? We could work on machining. It's not too bad. Plus, it would just be kind of nice. Drug production could also be really, really useful for us. I'm going to work on machining just so we have it. And ideally, okay, so I'm thinking how it works, and I might look this up here in a minute. But I think how it works is you go up in research level once you have researched at least a few things that are above your current level. I think that's how it works. I don't know that. But it sounds right, so I'm just gonna believe that it is right. Ooh, every year on the 13th of August, we can have a special celebration. Well, well, well. Now that the fire's going, let's have ourselves a handy-do. The natural fair has begun. Yippee! Dancing, singing, playing the drums. Whee! What a lovely party. A fun natural fair. All right, everybody. Now, let's go ahead and put this fire out immediately. So, everyone gets +8 mood for 6 days. That was so worth starting a fire. Actually, we could just deconstruct it. Kind of a waste of wood, but I'm gonna consider it worth it. All right, time to install the jade sculpture. I kind of want it out of the way, because ideally I would like 2 Garulian trees over here. So, we will put it... yeah, why not? Right in this corner. Then, we will put 2... hang on. You know what? Let's just do this the easy way, because I can't remember what it's called. Meditation spots. And let's do, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. There. Now, all of our artistic people should have somewhere to meditate, which means, potentially, we will get more psycasts. Oh, growth moment for Bowman. Also, I found out Pharrell has one of the funniest psi focus ever. Minimal. Minimal focus objects include a wall. So, we have Pharrell over here in a corner, meditating at a wall. I mean, to be fair, though, I know some people, apparently in real life, that's like a real thing. People will like, I don't, obviously, but some people find it very relaxing to meditate in front of, like, a blank wall. I don't get it, but that's fine. What do we want Bowman to be really good at? She's shown pure optimism. When Bowman is older, she wants to spend her time growing food. Choose one skill to increase the passion. Oh. Ooh, okay. Social, mining, or intellectual? You know what? Social sounds good. Oh, you can get a permanent plus 12. You won't use anything. Female supremacy is really funny. You know what? I mean, permanent plus 12 mood, that's kind of hard to beat. That is insanely powerful. Sounds good to me. Sure, why not? Bowman is now sanguine. Permanent plus 12. That's real good. That's real good. Also, because our chem fuel generator is doing so extremely well, honestly, we probably shouldn't have two of them, but oh well. Because they're doing so good, and our batteries are completely full at the moment, I decided we now have an electric smithy, an electric tailor bench. I don't think we can have a electric stone cutter table and art bench, so unfortunately we can't do that. But an electric stove as well. So all of those in combination with us having a cooler, we're using power. I wish I could say for like more than just some things, but we have power. Also, we apparently are generating too much power, so debatably we need to have something else with electricity. As for what it should be, I don't know. Actually, crematorium might not be a bad idea. Machining complete. Let's see. So, I mean, we could get droogs going. Why not? Let's get some droogs go. Oh, new lovers. Natalie wooed Luxembourg by playfully making fun of her origins. Luxembourg became aroused and agreed to become Natalie's lover. Oh. Well, good for you two. I'm now going to have to make y'all a bed. But I guess that isn't too hard. Let's see. We can make a double bed. Where can we even put it that you guys would have like a little bit of privacy? Right in this hobble. Yeah. Yeah, that ought to do you nice. Look at that. Look at how, other than the fact that Persimmon is, gonna be staring at you, but we'll move her over to the side a little bit. It'll be fine. Ooh. Bulk goods trader from Feralia. Well, would you imagine this? We just so happen to have plenty to trade. Who's our best talker again? 5. By the way, holy crap, Apple has skyrocketed in stats. 5, 4, 8. Okay. 12. Ooh. Luxembourg, you're up. Go do some trading. We're really gonna appreciate this. Okay. Now, what can we give them? Rather than harvesting them, I think I'm gonna give up our alpacas. They've treated us well, but they can treat this blue person even better. Or so I'm going to claim. How much? You can only take 400 cloth. Ooh, that's real nice. Let's see. Is there anything that we actually want to buy? You know what? We'll take all your components, and then you can have 1,000 cloth. Do you have any books or anything? No. Synth read? Nah, we don't need that. You know what? I'll take all of your Neutramine. And in return, you can have even more cloth, huh? Now that's a deal. Genuinely, what a deal. We got a crap ton of silver, some Neutramine, and 40 components, which will go very nicely with all the frickin' steel that we've got. By the way, I did try and make our storage units a little bit nicer. They're still a bit of a mess, I know, but they look nicer. You know, I've certainly seen worse. But, you know, it's a work in progress. And something else we're going to do is Master Melee! You get your very own Garulian tree. And there's a reason for this, as we will soon find out. Now, let us put a brand new Dryad cast, shall we? I think the only thing that makes sense to follow Master Melee around is either the bark skin, which is very tanky, or the Clar. Honestly, I kind of want to do the bark skin. I think Melee having something to tank while you do damage is going to be the play. It's going to be the play. I'm telling you, it's going to be the play. Now, eventually, I would like to actually move all of our trees around. Like, for example, have 2 claws and then a bark one, you know, protecting our actual gates, and have wood ones in the back, but we'll get there when we get there. Are those thrombos gone? Oh, man. Yeah, I'm not seeing them on the map. Dang! So you're telling me they show up, we have like 2 chances each to recruit them at a 2% chance, and then they leave? Oh boy, getting a bunch of thrombos is gonna be harder than I thought. No wonder their wool is so good. The Sharp Sparrows. Caravans are being harassed by a pack of 9 man-hunting sparrows. The sparrows will arrive 4 seconds after you accept. Oh. I mean, goodwill is always good. And okay, hang on. The Cervexa, are they the Dryad dudes? Or are they just the guys who are, like, kind of nice to us? Yeah, they're just kind of nice to us. I mean, I'll take some goodwill. Why not? We could use some friendship right about now. So, 4 seconds. Let's see how true that is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Yep, that would be true. So be it. Everyone, assume battle positions. Leave no sparrows standing. Let's get absolutely everyone who can hold a weapon into position, because we have a fight on our hands. We're also going to get all 4 of our Dryads. Let's have them kind of standing guard out here. Yeah. All right, here we go. Boy, good thing we took that movement speed, because we're all going to get into position real fast. Now, is it these sparrows? Are these the bad ones? No, it's these ones. It's these ones. Okay. So who are they going for? They're going downwards, which is good. Okay, Melee will be there front and center. Melee, don your helmet, because it's go time. Okay, Natalie's in position. We're all attacking. They're only sparrows, so I mean, I imagine they're not the worst thing to fight ever. Yeah, even in our tribal clothing, that wasn't too terribly bad. Yeah, that wasn't too bad at all. Okay, no one is under attack. All right, that's it. Yippee! All right, thanks everybody. And pods arrived because we also got 2 reinforced barrels. Willow, can you come pick these up real quick? Okay. What we need to do is we need to get ourselves a little bit more expanded. What is our... Let's check our history. Our wealth is at 75k, which is a little bit high, considering we're tribals, but it's not nearly high enough. We need 225k more to be able to purchase an Archonexus map. And that's assuming that we purchase it right away, because since we know for a fact from the previous playthrough that we lose everything, what I'm thinking of doing, and, you know, correct me if I'm wrong on this, there's plenty of time to do so, if we fully enhance 4 people with just full-blown, ancient, you know, limbs and, like, bionic spines and stomachs, and just make them as OP as physically possible, and we take our 4 most augmented people, and then we go, Maple has gotten sick from a scaria infection. Oh boy, that sounds so bad. You also have a couple scars. Oh boy, I sure hope that we can deal with that, because that's not good. But yeah, just fully augment 4 people, and then they'll be the ones that we send to go. Now, can you... No. Okay. I was gonna say, can you put, like, bionics and stuff on animals, but seemingly not. Maybe, probably not without a mod, at least. Which, to be fair, we are playing modded, but we'll have to see about that one. But I definitely think that's a play, just absolutely decking out the 4 people that we're going to bring. That way, we kind of have a far, far better kickstart when we begin that next one. Is this... Okay, I thought the Dryad was stuck. I was gonna say. Now, we're allowed to bring a couple animals, right? So, theoretically, if we got a male and a female Thrumbo, and we could bring both of them, dude, we would be unstoppable. Like, at that point, we would be so good to go. Also, I should probably mine all the silver gear, but caster gear from Vanilla Expanded. I don't know why we suddenly got that. I'm gonna imagine it's because of you, Bowman. L-Tex gear. That's exactly what it was from. Okay, fair enough. Good job, Bowman. Wow. Great work. So, I am planting a couple Tinctorias because I know some of you guys wanted specific colors. So, we're gonna be doing that. Also, Natalie is about to get her outfit, which, of course, is going to be a maid outfit, as requested. So much so, I even put a, let's see, for Natalie specifically, I have her set to maid. It makes sense. It makes sense. That's the easiest way to ensure that Natalie always has on maid gear, is just by setting the specialized maid tag. Because, you know, battle maids are always a good thing. Heat stroke on Bowman. Well, I mean, yeah. You know what? Actually, I didn't realize that the heat stroke potential was so high in there. Let's get some temperature. Let's put a vent in this place. I actually didn't realize it got that hot. That's probably why people have been really iffy on working on the chem fuel generators. Should have thought about that. Generators, yeah, they get hot. Believe it or not, they do get hot. Ooh, with a relationship, really? Mother of Dryad Pharrell. Oh. Well, considering you work with dryads, I assume that you know about the, conversion process, and I also assume that you are not upset by that. Probably. Social. Luxembourg, go trade. Has to go through the pen. Well, that maybe we can take that out. You know what? All these random ducks that joined us, we'll just whatever, go away. Okay, neutral mine components, good stuff. Go juice production, yeah, why not? Let's grab that. A bunch of Moyo stuff. We're not gonna grab that. Recreation. I don't really think we need that. Yak could be interesting. Well, how about you take all of our cloth and it's not enough to pay back all that silver? Holy. Well, how about some duck eggs that we randomly picked up? And then as much corn as you could. 4,000 corn. A pleasure doing business with you. Wow. Okay, I gotta tell you, corn seems ridiculously good. Borderline too good. By the way, Natalie also has her maid dress going. Yippee! There are multiple types of maid dresses too, so she'll probably change as we go. One thing about the styling station is people tend to just change their hair at random. For example, Luxembourg, to be fair, I don't mind how that hair looks. So for the named characters being Master Melee and Natalie, I will be changing it back. But for everyone else, we'll just see what they decide to use. A stunningly good-looking stranger is approaching your colony. Oh my, what the? Okay. Wowza. Yeah, you're pretty good. Here's the issue. For this particular playthrough, I don't think it makes sense to take you along. Her face beams with confidence as she opens her hands in a gesture of fellowship. She says she's here to make a deal and will help you in exchange for simple hospitality. This is her purpose, and she always fulfills her purpose. She's master... She never sleeps and doesn't need to eat. So, I know that the strangers, or creeps, whatever they're called, are extraordinarily good. But, here's the thing. You're an anomaly, and we do not trust such things. Be gone! Melissa has let out a twisted half-human scream. In the distance, you can hear other screams answering the call. Upon being rejected, she flew into a murderous rage and began to attack. Well, also I can't help but notice that, oh, denied joining, -3. We just denied someone's request to join us. I hope they make it. I don't. Melee? Do what you gotta do. Apple? Defend yourself. Also... No, we can't do... What do we... Ooh, Bramble Maze, though? Ooh, could be useful, could be useful. We're in trouble, aren't we? Where's all of our dryads? Okay, all four. I want you all front and center, ready to go. Apple... Really? You do have Wimp. Apple got hit a single time and immediately gave up. 20 shooting. Very frightening. Oh, you're shooting at our buddies, too? Wow, that's a real bad decision on your part. Yeah, that was a real bad decision on your part. However, you're lucky. Where are all our dryads? There they are. You know what? Dryads, attack the Sight Stealer that I already forgot where he is. Ah, there he is. Go attack him. Then, unwaveringly loyal, death. Death. How's this going? Hey, you guys did pretty good. Alright, thank you, Melee. Actually, what does she have? What does she have on her? A bunch of just regular clothes. Meh. Apple. Apple, what? Who's close to Apple? Who can rescue Apple? You know what? One of our dryads, actually. Yeah, our dryads can help. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. Also, I'll take those fine meals, thank you. Okay, so I've never said no to one of them before, but apparently it's just real bad if you do.
And this is why we do not trust these humans. They're filled with nothing but deceit and rage in their hearts. That is why we must find the Archonexus. The world shall be like us.
Or not, you know, it's up to them. But either way, we're gonna find it. I don't even know what the Archonexus is. I just know that it's a super powerful artifact. So therefore, if we hold the super powerful artifact, then everyone else has to leave nature alone, lest our wrath befall them. This is infuriating. Very much so. But we're just gonna ignore it, and it'll probably be fine. So, I'm making a big old slab because, apparently, everyone is unhappy because our special emblem does not have a good enough room. So, I'm making a very tiny temple, and ideally that'll be good enough. That does unfortunately mean that our floor painting is going to be destroyed, but alas, what are you gonna do? So, I decided to put in a jade door for beauty. Obviously, we have our jade lantern. I'm making some jade columns, and then I'm moving all of our pillows to be right in front of our lectern. Then, I'm putting a bunch of totemic boards on the ground. That way we have plenty of beauty. And all of that combined, as well as it being its own room, should be enough for us to be a lot happier. It just upsets me that the totemic slab is not the correct size. Actually, you know what? Hang on. Wait. So if we do floor... medium isn't the correct size either. Ooh, painful. Oh well, it's whatever. It's fine. It'll be fine. It adds to the beauty either way. And then I'm also opening up this walkway just a little bit, as well as moving these two around. That way, ideally, nothing is actually going to be too misplaced. It'll really help with all of our needs and stuff too. Now, there is a low psychic drone going, and because some of us are very, very psychically sensitive, it's quite the hit. It is really, really bad. But that's okay. Melee, did you change your hair again? You did! I knew it! Also, you have tattoos on your eyebrows. The tattoos have to go. The hair, I don't mind. You can keep the hair for a minute. As much as I like the goth regular Master Melee hair. Well, Apple is walking around in a psychotic state, so that's unfortunate. Research for geothermal power is almost done. Once we can get that going, that's gonna be real nice. And once we actually get a little bit of a special room going for our altar shenanigans, that should also be extraordinarily helpful. Natalie doing all the digging. There you go. Nice walkway open, and once we move these two things around, we will have ample room to walk around. We can even walk around the back, maybe, if we need to. And since we're gonna have jade pillars, the jade lectern, and a jade door, we should be surrounded by enough jade to where the beauty has become really, really high, which I imagine should be enough to raise the room's impressiveness. Combined with the fact that we're putting the big totemic thing on the ground as well, I'm kind of just hoping that this works, and then it's good enough for basically ever. But we'll see how that goes. Maybe it'll even make all of our rituals and stuff a little bit more effective too, because technically, the more impressive a room is, the more effective the ritual is. So, you know, this might have actually been a good thing that everyone was unhappy about it. Work is going extraordinarily fast. It's a good thing we have so much wood, because it is being built in a hurry. So, hey, I'm certainly not complaining about that. Another thing is, we finally got a couple more Garulian trees. This one is linked to Natalie. Yippee! And then this one is linked to Apple. Yippee! So what I'm doing is this particular dryad is going to be the spitters. That way we can have a little bit more base defense, just in case anyone, like, drops onto us. Then, this tree, we're changing it from a Galmaker dryad to be another spitter, and then this one is going to be the tanky boys. All of that combined should be enough of a presence to help us out with every single bit of base defense. At least, I hope. Another thing is, once we finally have access to a little bit of a higher tech research bench, I think I am going to put it indoors. As nice as it is to not need to eat or anything while we're outside, we only have a couple characters that actually really benefit from that, being Apple, Persimmon, Cottonwood, and Maple. Everyone else, while they do like daylight, still has hunger to worry about, so there is that. Yeah, so we are going to need to deal with that in one way or another. But all things considered, with all of this going, this should raise our mood up enough to where, hopefully, we're going to be really, really set here for a while. Also, oh boy. We have a heat wave going, it seems. I did put another cooler just to try and keep our storage room a little bit on the cooler side, since it was getting really, really hot. But with that heat wave, that kind of proves to be a little bit of a problem. Also, we're finally going through all of our chem fuel, so at this point, with everything that we have, we do not have enough energy production to actually power everything that we have. However, we are almost done with the geothermal generator, so that won't be a problem for very much longer at all, but it is still something to note. Especially because the geothermal generator is going to be quite big. Pharrell should still be able to have this bed, so that is a nice thing. I'm going to stop powering this because we're not currently trying to recruit anybody. Yeah, not bad. So overall, I'm quite happy with the base's layout. It is kind of messy. It is certainly one of the messier bases I think I've ever made, but it's good for tribal, I think. It makes sense. There's a lot of open sunshine, which we all like. And then the animal farm up here, honestly, is just perfectly fine with me. Like, there's nothing to really dislike about the animal farm. There's 3 pens, and they're all close enough together that we can just jump in between them with a farm growing in between that. That's pretty solid. That, I feel like, is a really good layout. Research is almost complete, with Pharrell, and Willow is still working on all the flooring. Once it's done, we're gonna hold a celebration in there to see how it really does. Ideally, again, really good. Ha, ideally, because ideology. Ha ha. Oh, you had inspired creativity. Wow. You know what? That, oddly enough, that actually really helps our case. A masterwork pillow. Imagine that. Wow, this is a nice pillow. Oh my, this is the best pillow I've ever seen. What a silly thing to have masterwork, but it's in the perfect spot. And geothermal power is now complete. What the heck do we work on now? Flak armor could be good. Prosthetics isn't a bad idea. Auto doors, we don't care about that. Nutrient paste, meh. Well, nutrient paste could be interesting. I wonder how our people would react to nutrient paste. For now, let's work on flak armor. Why not? Let's have the potential for some actual high tier, I say, gear. Well, it's certainly coming along. It doesn't look terrible. Persimmon having a little bit of problems. Gray pall exposure, chemical starvation, and trees defiled. At least it's going down, I think. Also, does replanting trees count as harming them? Here I was thinking that I was big-braining it by just replanting them. Apparently, I'm the silly one because maybe it doesn't. What? That's insane. An Eltex meteor? Okay. Well, I'm certainly not going to pass up an opportunity like that. Now, do we have to give it to the Empire? No. Am I going to? No. But it is certainly something that we could do. All in all, not a bad thing that we could do at all, in fact. Now, Eltec stuff. It increases psychic potential, right? So, theoretically, let's just say that our Static Lord Cottonwood just so happened to have some Eltec stuff. Would that effectively make her Thor? Or I guess Zeus. And right on time and on schedule, we have ourselves a little chant. Yippee! Inspirational leader speech. Apple has finished her speech. It was remarkably inspiring, full of intensity and purpose. So, how'd it do? Let's see. Inspirational speech plus 10 for 8 days. That is not bad at all. Also, remarkable trees. That's a plus 7. Yippee! That is, that's something to be proud of right there, is what that is. Research is going well, still very slow, but ideally, at some point soon, we are going to get ourselves another cornerstone. As for what I actually want, I don't know. Okay, so from the last time we saw the list, right, there was a couple things that stood out to me. The sleep ones were obviously very, very good, potentially. The work speed ones also sounded very, very good. But you know what also sounded good? The immunity gain speed. Now, I know that sounds weird. Immunity gain speed? What, you want to be immune to diseases? Yes. Did we just get another masterwork? Willow? You made made a masterwork animal bed. Nice. What? Okay, you do have 18 construction with 2 in passion, but god dang, you're hitting those so fast! Okay, wow, Willow's just crazy. Who would have guessed? Fairies are good at crafting stuff. I feel like there's no easy way to move on after that one, but immunity disease, that way we don't just randomly keel over from diseases. After all, we're all practically nude. Well, actually, not really. We're actually wearing a lot more clothes than you would think, considering we're tribal. It's something to think about. I don't know. I'm pretty sure we still have time. I think we have to research a handful more things before we even get the cornerstone. But when it happens, it would be nice to have some kind of idea of what we want. So either immunity speed, work speed, or the increased sleep effectiveness so that we all have to sleep less. They all sound so nice though, don't they? Like, there's a severe upside to like all of them. By the way, immediately turning off that, some of our spitter dryads are ready to go. It's still gonna be a little bit before they're all up and at 'em, but you know, hey, we'll take a couple over none. Apple, change the cast. You have a dryad and you have not set the cast, so he's not gonna change. That's all you had to do. Okay, well, wonderful. Now, let's see. IEDs, I don't really think we're gonna use that. Xenogenetics, no. Fertility procedures, we are opposed to. Now, by the way, I finally figured out what that study of a Garulian seed gives you. It gives you a Garulian link. Now, I know what you're thinking. What the heck would a Garulian link do? Well, you need a mech link, and you need a Garulian seed. And it allows you to make special nature-themed mechanoid maids. So, yeah. I know exactly who's gonna be in charge of these wooden mechanoid maids, too. Yippee! What if we just skip straight to... I'm gonna do it. Okay, we can't use those. That's fine. Ugh. Well... I mean, there's a pretty high chance that it upgrades our stuff, right? Oh. Turtles! Oh no, evil turtles! Okay, well... Melee, come for this one. As for our animals, spitters. We can't directly control you. That is a problem. Well, okay. In that case, shouldn't I just stand right here and wait for them to approach us? Oh, right. Turtles. They're super, incredibly slow. Boy, the least threatening, maddening, mad stuff ever. By the way, that looks so silly. I gave Melee the favorite color of the same green that Melee used to have, but it looks a little silly on the mask, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, animals attack. Now, Melee, help out. You two got this, and our spitter dryads are currently asleep, but that's fine. Chonky Barkskin Dryad is ready to go. Melee, getting sand out of nowhere. and the turtles are dealt with.
Death. Death.
Yeah, melee continues to be the best fighter. A trait that has definitely persevered despite the transformation. I have the ultimate plan. So here's what we're gonna do. Eventually, we are gonna need to upgrade our research. Here's what I have in mind. I think this is the correct size of the high-tech research bench. And we just so happen to have four actually, very intelligent people within the confines of our forest. Therefore, if we have 3 high-tech research benches with the thingy that increases their output, that's a lot of research. That's debatably even more than Sally's base was making back in the old day. So therefore, if we can make ourselves a nice, just kind of researchy area, kind of like we have here, just a lot bigger, I think that's going to do us a world of good. And then we can put 1 pillar right in the middle, nothing's going to collapse. Ideally, nothing is going to spawn from under the ground in it, but we'll see. And it should be pretty good. Now, we're not at that point yet, but once we get microelectronics, which we're currently working on, then we will be. Now, the multi-analyzer is going to be, you know, a lot further away, but technically, if we really, really wanted to, we could rush it down. So it's something to think about. It is definitely something to think about. Now, what I'm going to do for the moment, I am just going to dig out to where I want to put the pillar, because the pillar needs to come first. If the roof collapses, that's not... that's not ideal. For lack of a better term, it's not ideal. And because this is all limestone, I figured, hey, we may as well just reinforce it, make it look somewhat pretty. We're doing extremely well, and we are currently at 90, we'll round up, 95k wealth, which is higher than I would like by a fair bit. But it's not the end of the world. We are still doing good, so if we can keep up our momentum, that's good. Yeah, so still a lot of room to go. And we do also very much need to increase our damage output, I suppose. Our combat capabilities. We need to increase them, and we need to do it very soon, because our wealth is really starting to skyrocket right now. So the quicker we can get ourselves outfitted with a lot of really good gear, the better off we're gonna be. It only takes 1 person with, like, a grenade launcher, and we're doomed. And that's it. Compact machinery. Oh, that's not what I wanted to see for once. Oh well, either way. What matters is we're getting ourselves ready, because it's gonna be a while before we have microelectronics anyway. Certainty fell a little bit, unsure why. Ooh. Every female in the colony smiles with content. That's pretty good. That is pretty good indeed. Now, we're gonna make a wooden column. Boom. Once that's built, then we can dig out this entire area. It'll be good to go. We could put a vent. We could also put a heater. I don't really think we need to, though. High-tech research benches, they don't have heat output, do they? I don't think they do. From memory, I don't remember ever having that problem, but it is potentially a problem. Another thing is, and this is a good reason for why we want to get our high-tech research bench up and going, I want the comms console. Because we have so much freaking corn that we could be making actual thousands off people. We can completely scam them with a little bit of corn. And we're still getting thousands more. That's what happens when most of our colonists barely need to eat. Food is more of an afterthought than anything else. Jeez. And we're just sitting on 50 simple meals, too. Like, we have never needed to go past that. It's actually crazy just how powerful being in the sunlight has been for us. It's also led to our base design being extremely finicky, but oh well, you know? Some sacrifices have to be made for the greater good. And this is one of them. But as long as we don't royally screw everything up, we should be pretty good. Technically, I mean, there is room for a fourth speedy uppy thingy, but we kind of don't need it. So what I think we'll do instead is this corner right here will be where we have all of our blue prints and stuff. Jeez, speaking is so difficult right now. That just seems like an overall good idea. Having a bunch of blueprints is definitely the play. I think I just figured out why we're so unhappy, because trees are being cut down. It's not because we're replanting them. It's because they're automatically cutting them down over here with the chocolate. Wish I would have noticed that sooner. Oh, man, we're back to the -20. We were at -8. We were so close to getting rid of it. Nicholas Theolia, an Archon of the Refugee Imperium, recently lost a scouting party to a pack of 3 man-hunting lynx. He wants you to draw the beast towards you to be killed to uphold his honor. Well, my initial reaction is to say no. However, tech print for compact weaponry. Elbow blade, hand talon, knee spike. That would be pretty good. That would be pretty good indeed. How do we feel about that? How do we... we don't mind that, right? Body modification, we don't care? I think we don't mind it. I mean, either way, we're gonna have to not mind it because we're absolutely decking ourselves out, so... Sure, I'll take a free tech print. Also some jade that I'm almost certain we'll find use for, but probably not for its intended purpose. Bowman... Bowman is currently nature running. Actually, that's... No, you got 5 hours. You got 5 hours. You're fine. And then if you can, go ahead and clean up the shrine room. Well, cutting down those trees is unfortunate, but maybe the chocolate will help offset it. And we do still have a while more for microelectronics. Once it's going, though, our research is going to completely be sped up, which is nice. That is a very, very good thing. There's the Manhunter pack. Apparently it's only 2 of them, though, which I'm pretty not intimidated by at all. Okay, Melee's already on the way, and we do have our 2 chunky boys. Oh, Melee is already in the fight. Holy, they descended on you fast. I was not expecting them to get there that fast. Okay. Natalie, let's get you there as soon as possible. Cottonwood, you're also right there. Let's go ahead and help out as well. Any dryads around? Not that I'm seeing, other than these 2 that are coming up. Okay, now Melee is effectively taking them all out yourself, but Cottonwood's not exactly defenseless either. Okay, Cottonwood, let's go ahead and back you up just a bit. Let the Dryad take your place. There you go. Alright, come back in. Okay, it turned its attention to you, so unfortunately that seems like that's just all he's gonna do. Kill it, and kill it. Okay, Cottonwood, thank you. Go ahead and get some rest, heal up, do what you're gonna do. Natalie, let's have you keep shooting at this lynx. It's infected with scaria. We do not want to even remotely attempt to have the chance to be infected by such a disease. Also, this is good shooting practice. Right now, you could use a little bit of work. Little bit of work. Perhaps a lot of bit of work. Okay, well, while you do that, I did also set up a little billiards table over here. That way, we can just, in passing, train up our shooting skill. Because I have a feeling a lot of us are going to be shooters. Also, it appears that everything has gone well. You sure landed that close. A little too close. I really would prefer that you don't land stuff right next to my buildings, but, you know, that's fine. Everything is okay. These little guys are super slow. Super slow. Or we're just really fast. It could be that too. Wow, you guys are actually so closely timed. It's crazy. And while the digging isn't exactly complete, our research is. We'll go ahead and get sterile material. Why not? So, only 3 more things to dig out. And our research has finished. So, here's what we're gonna do now. And this is going to be expensive, but it is going to be worth it. At least I sure hope it is. We're gonna get ourselves all set up. This is going to take almost all of our resources, but oh well, so be it. So we're just gonna go ahead and get some power set up to all of our areas. And I went ahead and installed a light switch, or a power switch as well. That way, whenever we're not researching anything, we can just toggle the power off, and then boom, there you go. We're not wasting any power whatsoever. So for the moment, I am just gonna do a single steel high-tech research bench because, oh, ooh, war merchant. And it's from our buddies, huh? Well, before anything else, let's get some trading in because boy, oh boy, do we got some things for you. Plus 15% is still perfectly fine. You can have this random boom rat that joined us. I will not be giving you the LTEX because that is a bad idea. Go ahead and take all these random weapons. We'll make our own and they'll be much better anyway. All these I want. Yeah, all the clothing and stuff I want. Dang. Okay, so we can't actually give them all of our corn and stuff, which is fine. It's not the worst thing in the world. Whoa. Hyperweave stuff for kids could actually be really good. You also have a bunch of great wolves, which could be great in a fight. Honestly, you don't have too much of note. Alright. We'll just take some silver and that'll be good enough then. We'll say that's good enough. Now, what I was thinking of doing is potentially lining our research area with a bunch of sterile materials, because I think that helps? I don't actually know. I would need to look into that. Also, this is currently considered a storeroom. We need that to be a laboratory if we can. Cottonwood is in a lot of pain, so at the moment she is very unhappy, but we can solve that. We can fix that. It should be okay. As soon as we can get this high-tech research bench built, we're gonna get going. You know what? Yeah, you know what? I'm actually gonna start getting things moved right now, because the earlier we can get this research bench going, the better. I also think I'm gonna keep the research bench right here. I want to put it right here, but this tree's in the way, so let's go ahead and move that tree. And then, yeah, I do want to keep the simple research bench outside, just so we can still potentially have 4 people researching at once, even if one of them is only working at 42% capacity, because something is better than nothing. Bowman is also doing a little bit of research. We like that. Our power conduits are not fully set up at the moment, so... Oh, really? Luxembourg, can you get rid of that? Pretty please. We're already super happy about trees, so hey, may as well just, you know, say forget it at this point. Let's reinstall this chair here. That way it's good to go. We can then deconstruct this one. I'll replant this tree, like, over here, because why not? And then we want to build 2 more chairs. Now, as soon as all these pipings are good to go, we're in business. There's a mad quail. Natalie, if you'd be so kind, go kill this quail, please. Now, research is underway. As soon as we get it going, we're gonna be so unbelievably ahead of the curve. The quail is dead, and Natalie has done very well. Didn't even take any damage. Wow. Very good stuff. Okay, now let's go ahead and flick the power on, and the real research can begin. Also, the fact that we're reading these blueprint thingies, very helpful. Very, very helpful, because it is research without actually needing to research. There we go. Also, why didn't anyone... Oh, you know what? How much steel do we actually have? Have we gone through a whole lot? Yeah, actually. Ugh, we've actually gone through a fair bit of steel, so maybe we hold off on going even further. Comms console. You know what? I definitely think we need to build the comms console. It is so important. As for where we put it, I'm not sure. We could put it over here. And then it's also in range. Yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and do that. I think it's a worthy trade of some of our steel. Unbelievably, despite how much steel we've been holding on to, we're actually starting to run out now, so that's fun. But we'll get more, especially if they take corn. If they take corn, we're in business. We have unlimited money, but they have to be willing to buy corn. We could also build a second high-tech research bench. I don't think it's too necessary right now. 84% research speed. That's literally double the simple research bench, so maybe it is actually worth it. We'll see. We'll see. I'm waiting on it. I'm being stingy at the moment. Remember what I said about being stingy with our steel? I lied. So it takes 3 steel per sterile tile. If our laboratory has nothing but sterile tiles, ideally, it's gonna be... we never need to clean it, and therefore, more stuff. Also, I don't think that we're friendly enough with literally anybody to call upon a favor. Maybe this... you know what? We'll try. We'll try. Hang on. No. We need... Oh, we must... Okay, yeah. We have to be allies with everyone. Alright. Okay. Well, next time somebody rolls around, maybe we can give them just a giant gift of jade, since I'm pretty sure we're done making sculptures. For the moment. Plus, we might get jade in the future anyway. And right now, we are sitting on a whopping... 4 stacks of 75. I'll count it later. But... that's a lot. That's a whole lot of jade. If we give that to someone, that's basically immediate friendship. So, definitely worth us pursuing. Also, whenever a Voidborn dude goes by, we can always trade to him. And they're usually both good traders. That's good for us. Another reason I think keeping the simple research bench around is a good idea is because whenever there's a solar flare, we're not stopped. We can just keep researching without being too hindered. Yes, technically, I mean, just using this bench is a hinder, but we're gonna ignore that. At least for right now, we are. All things considered, it's actually been kinda quiet. And that worries me, because we are at 102k wealth. A little high. A little bit too high. We can't put a roof over this, can we? I'm pretty sure if we put a roof over this, it doesn't work or something. Oh.
Well, I guess we're just gonna have to deal with fires for the moment, unfortunately.
So, I'm currently working on heavy bridges. I know that's a weird choice, but hear me out. We'll probably need heavy bridges at some point. It also counts as more research, which hopefully helps us move up to the next research tier. And we're researching Go Juice simply by having people read. So technically we're doubling up on research without actually having to double up on it. So I think getting a bunch of the earlier stuff out of the way just to increase the amount of things that we have researched is probably going to be the play. Combined with the fact that we are spending some of our silver. Double... Are we sure that we can't put a roof over this? Are we sure? Because I'm going to try... It's gonna tell me that it won't work, right? No, it does work! Okay, I was remembering incorrectly. Good news! No more fires from the Comlink console. That's fantastic news. That's actually very, very good news. But I almost want to think that we're gonna need to research everything right here in order to go to the next tier. So right now I'm gonna start researching nutrient paste, which I know nutrient paste not the most fulfilling meals ever, but considering how little we eat, I think that there's actually room for it. Especially, I don't think we can, but imagine if we could use nutrient paste on our chem fuel generators. Unlimited power. But at the same time, corn basically already is unlimited power and unlimited money, so... You know, it's kind of just the unbeatable combo right now. Uh-oh. League of Moyos. That is terrifying. Moyos are no joke. Melee, get ready. Natalie, get ready. We got ourselves a war to fight. Alright, Melee, you're here. Natalie, you're here. Man, we really don't have very many good fighter options, do we? We've got our animals, we've got Melee, and Natalie is also pretty good at it as well. Okay. So, I don't know where you're going. And actually, in fact, if this Moyo right here comes all the way around, you're in for a world of hurt, buddy. You are going to be in so much trouble. As for over here, we have multiple dryads willing to protect us, and Natalie is also going to be getting some shots. Let's have you move just a little bit. Melee, go ahead and help out the Dryads. You're in so much trouble, Graham. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely beautiful result. Yes, sir. Okay, both of you, thank you for the hard work. Now, let's see how the Moyo down here does. Because we have multiple spitters ready to go. Or they won't do anything. Or are you coming up to defend? Defending? No? Okay. Yikes. Nutrient paste. Thanks, nutrient paste. You came up at just the right time. Okay, no, Cottonwood! On the one hand, I recognize that we should have the spitters and stuff on fighters. On the other, how was I supposed to know they would literally sit there doing nothing? I thought they were going to defend us when they sensed danger. Apparently, I was wrong. Alright. In Cottonwood goes. Man, that sucks. I did not think that she was gonna die that fast. But that right there is a very good reason why Moyos are so freaking dangerous. Alright. Let's have a funeral. Alright. A requiem for nature shall begin. You know what? Maple? No. Persimmon. Oh, right. Moral guide. In that case, Pharrell, do what you gotta do. Oh well. She is with nature now, as well as the people who came before us, and the people who will come after. Oh no! Really? The Requiem of Nature was terrible. Everyone felt insulted for having to endure it. It had 92%. Really? Wow, that had to have been a low chance. That sucks. Just when I thought we were making very, very good progress, we then take a step backwards. So that's not amazing. Losing Cottonwood is certainly not great for us, but we continue onwards regardless. We already knew that we were going to lose people. We already knew that at some point we were going to drop down to only 4 people and need a rebuild. Losing her this early, though, certainly doesn't feel too nice either. Oh. Alright. Well, if we can get ourselves... If we could just keep going at the pace we're going, that's not terrible. So far, we've only had 1 official death. That could be a lot worse. Also, Persimmon sleeping right next to bodies? Probably not. Probably not, the favorite thing ever, but you'll be fine. Cargo pods. Just free food. Alright, well. Thanks, game. I suppose that does kind of make up for it. Not completely. But it does help. Is this... Oh, that's Elf-Tex gear. So, I think keeping around these blueprints is still good. I want to believe that it still increases the amount of research points that we get. I don't know that for certain, but it feels right, so I'm just going to believe it. Also, hopefully, at any point, we should be able to get another cornerstone. Kind of just waiting on that. As soon as we get that, I'm going to feel really good, because then we're going to be researching everything significantly faster, and we're going to have another permanent colony-wide buff. That's debatably the more important thing. Alright, Luxembourg, you need to stop trying to convert people to your religion. And because of that, we're going to tell you exactly what we're good at and what your religion is bad at. So, ours is good with trees. Yours is not. Effective? Oh, it went down by 30%. Yeah, it's something. That certainly helps. Shaman Merchant from the Cervexa League. Oh, right, it's our friends. Well, do I have something for you? Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but, we could certainly use a good trade right about now. A real good trade, in fact. We're all quite, depressed, one might say. And you don't take... Okay, how about we give you a gift instead? Let's give you... Honestly, we could give away some muffalos. I mean, we have so many muffalos, like, debatably we have too many. So, let's give away a female. Okay, that's +4. Are you serious? We only have one male? No, we have multiple males. Okay. Let's... Seemingly, the females are worth more. Okay, we'll give one female. Then... you can have this wake up that we picked up off of some dead guy. We're not even close to making friends. Oh my goodness. I mean, I could give you the Neutroa mine. Could also just give you some silver. We no longer need this. So I'm going to give you our Go Juice production. That brings us up to +7. Reinforced barrel, we're not going to use those for a while. +21, that one's worth. That is big value. And then you can take one of our bisons. Yeah, because we're doing pretty good. So that's +25. And you're telling us where... Okay. Well, I'm probably not gonna do that. How close are we to being friends? We need to be like +40 or something, right? Not quite. Dang. All the way up to 60, and they're still not considered an ally. Oof. Well, alright. We got them up to 60. It's something. So, next time they come by, maybe we can make friends. When they actually have a significantly better trader, because the Shaman Merchant apparently wasn't it. So, we'll get there when we get there. Now, all things considered, I want to say that we've actually made some pretty good progress in this episode. A ton of research. We now have a high-tech workbench. You know what? I think I'm going to build another one, too. It's expensive. We're not going to build a third one until we actually have more steel, though. But I kind of feel like we're in a spot where we just lost someone. So getting significantly faster research, again, is going to be the play. Also, we still have plenty of Muffalos. Like, even though we did sell a couple, we have more than we could ever want. We are so good to go on Muffalos. It's actually crazy. Cottonwood was also our planter, so that sucks. We could make it maple. I don't know. We'll have to work out everything. Either way, we're still in a good spot, right? Losing one of our colonists is never going to be a fun or a good thing, but we're still doing really, really well. Debatably, our colony wealth has risen far too drastically, but I also think it's still in a plant where it's a plant. It's still in a spot where it is manageable. But we need to start making some actual armor and stuff, like, somewhat quickly. We also need to make an ally where we can genuinely start selling stuff to. Bulk good traders. It's the way to go. These spitters, unless they're specifically attached to a fighter, are useless. That's good to know. Shame we had to lose a colonist for it, but it's still good to know. Ay. Well, either way. With that, I believe that's gonna do it for this episode of RimWorld. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. And in the next one, we are going to continue our mostly positive stride. We're gonna start making armor. We're gonna potentially research the wood mechanoid maids. And we're gonna do pretty good stuff. We are also going to have to adjust our Garulian tree setup since one of them is no longer connected. By the way, as far as our power system, this is currently what we're working with. We have a light switch over in the bottom right and a light switch over in the top left. So we do have ways to deal with a potential power outage. We can shut off power wherever we need to, whenever we need to. So overall, that's a good thing. That's something that I haven't utilized as much as I should have, but we're gonna utilize it now. And we do still have multiple people capable of doing good research. So there is that too. A loss, not a fatal one. We will persevere. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.